So, hi everyone. When listening to this tonight, this particular recording follows on the heels of a conversation about people who are, leaving this plane and passing into the next plane of experience. Particularly honoring my office manager, Diane, and the ways that people remember her and that she impacted their lives. And so there's an element of grief and grieving here that may come through. And so I want you to know that. And then also realize that it might be because of those energies and attentions here now that this could be a good recording to work with when one of the issues has to do with grief and loss. So I had also mentioned kind of talked in ways, the very expansive ways, about opening up to all of the ways that whatever it is that we're working on tonight is connected not only to other, of course, moments, times, beliefs, patterns from our life in this life, but also past lives, also our ancestors. And that when we do this work, we are clearing, we are helping to clear all the lineage all the way down because we're energetically connected. And we're also helping to heal the lineage forward. And as many of you know, I think, that the Native Americans say that we are connected 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. And that's the simple version. But knowing that the work that you do not only helps you, but it is helping your ancestors and your own deep past, as well as your descendants, children, grandchildren, great children, what would it be? Great, 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 great grandchildren, I think would be 7 generations into the future, as well as your own future self, right? Whether it's in the next dimension or it's in another lifetime that is embodied the way this lifetime is embodied. So we went really big. I went really big, and invite you, if that calls to you, to let yourself feel that, which may mean that it's harder to stay as focused on a particular moment or particular issue in this lifetime. So let it be what it is, trusting that whatever work you do tonight is work that will be healing for you, no question about it, and that you will be better. You will have healed and grown for the work that you opened yourself up and brought yourself to do tonight. So giving yourself, those on the recording, a moment, perhaps pausing to get a sense of where it is you want to start, what memory or issue or pattern. Remember, tying all this, no matter how expansive it is, tying it to a particular memory can help, because it can help us access the energy of that complex, that dynamic better. But that's not the only way. So see what your being is doing for you tonight. Where are you right now? And so let's begin. So even though I am having these feelings, this awareness, perhaps even though I'm wanting to release and reverse this belief, I am going to love myself and feel better now anyway. Even though I may feel plagued by a belief that I know doesn't serve me, or by a reaction pattern that I know doesn't serve me, right? Our reaction patterns often to the people closest to us in our lives are the ones that are the most challenging and that we often feel the least good about or more troubled by, let's say. Or different kind of patterns. There's all kinds of patterns we might want to clear. So even though I've got this going on and the rest of me has a bunch going on too, I'm going to love myself and feel better now anyway, no matter what. No matter what. Deep breath. Let it out. Top of your head. All right, using really general language. This feeling, this upset, this discomfort, this pain, right? Pain can be emotional, physical, spiritual. Eyebrows. This pain, this grief, perhaps. On the sides. This pain, this stress, this upset. Maybe I'm feeling really frustrated that I'm still caught in this pattern underneath, or that I still have this reaction, or I still get upset when I remember this. Above your lips, or still after all these years, actually after all these decades, I still don't have this healed. I was going to say figured out, not a favorite phrase of mine, but below your lips, sometimes it just feels like it takes so long to free ourselves of some of the weight and the constriction that limits us and hurts us. Collarbones. This pain, this upset, this grief, this longing. I feel like longing. This frustration on the sides. I was feeling all of this inside myself. Wrists, feeling it throughout the whole of my body and the whole of my being. Top of your head. Choosing to release all that I possibly can now of this. Eyebrows. Trusting that it is safe for me to release this. On the sides, in fact, it is safer for me to surrender to light and to love, and to trust that, as the saying goes, I can leap and the net will appear underneath. Wanting to shift this, wanting to let go. above your lips. And even if there are yeah buts, there's the core of this, that believe that you can let go. I believe that it's possible. Below your lips, I believe that I will. I'm going to give myself permission and trust that it's safe. On the sides, and I'm going to trust that it's good for me to do this. I don't even know how to do it. These words maybe don't even make a lot of sense, but I get the essence of it. And I invite all sacred beings here to help me, even if I don't know how to do it myself. Yes. Choosing to believe that I deserve to let go, because I deserve to feel good. I deserve to be happy and free. I deserve to have the freedom to show up in a way that makes me feel really alive, whatever that is, because whatever that is has something to do with why I'm here. And I choose to trust it. Top of your head. Letting go of the charge of this, whatever it is, throughout the whole of my nervous system, eyebrows, throughout the whole of my endocrine system, on the sides, throughout the whole of my digestive system, underneath, throughout the whole of my skeletal system. What is that word? Muscular skeletal. I'm just going to say muscular skeletal. Above your lips, letting go of it throughout the whole of my skin, right? The largest organ, my skin. Below your lips. Choosing to let it go from every cell of my body. Collarbones, choosing to let it go from my whole history in this life. On the sides, choosing to let go of all the intergenerational energy that I got, the patterning, the programming, the way I was set up in a way to have these particular issues, whether I chose to come into the world to have them or not. Right? So opening myself, choosing to free myself of all the intergenerational dynamics, the unhealed wounds of my ancestors, and how those keep reappearing through the generations. Let me be the one who breaks the cycle, who transforms the cycle. I like that better. From sabotage to well-being. Wrist. Opening up, if I feel comfortable, to releasing the energies from past lives. From, and then high heart, from future lives, from my descendants. And maybe maybe I can just imagine everybody gathered together, right? Everybody gathered together. There could be 100,000, right? Like 100,000 angels. Maybe they are the 100,000 angels, some of them. Or there are more angels than just our ancestors, our descendants, and those in our past lives. So that's a bigger number, and gathering than we can imagine, unless we think of, I don't know, like Times Square or some of the protests around the world where there have been a million people show up, right? You can get that kind of sense of all these people, all these beings showing up, and that there's I have this sense of this wind, like this divine zephyr, this divine breeze. Maybe it's a little stronger than a zephyr. And it comes through. And because we're more space than we are solid, this divine light and healing energy comes through and it washes through all the thousands and thousands that are gathered together, refreshing and freeing all the parts of us, all the connections to all the lives that are connected to us at all these different levels and all these different ways. All right, take a couple of deep breaths. And see what you notice now. Deep breath in. Check your chest for how open or tight it feels. Your breathing. Your gut. How relaxed do your organs feel? Your muscles, your bones, your joints, your jaw, your ears, your eyes. Feel into what you notice now and what might still be there. So what you're working on may have shifted. You may also have feel a great relief right now, and you might be in a place where you could choose something else, something that's associated to work on. But what I want to do now is to go through with clearing all the words that we use for all the different emotional charges, the different sort of vibrations, discordant vibrations that are the heavier, the I think of, somebody just sent something out showing the map of consciousness, which many of you are already aware of, but those lower vibrational spaces below acceptance, right? Below courage. Courage is a pretty high charge. It's still a positive charge, but the difficult emotions. And let's go and clear those. And because I'm saying that, that might evoke other thoughts that you have about some things that have been troubling you and some feelings and sensations and emotions that you've been having recently, that it's like, oh, right, let me clear this now too. Is a great opportunity. And then again, trusting that your unconscious is recognizing that there are other things that have the same sort of vibrational energy to that, and your unconscious is helping you to clear things that you're not conscious of as well. So start in the top again, going back to clearing anything that's left from the nervous system, which may be a little backwards, but we'll start there anyway. Eyebrows. Letting go of sadness and sorrow. of grief and of loss on the sides of your eyes, letting go of just the rage, the absolute frustration of feeling trapped in patterns that we want to change and are not changing fast enough, right? Or other ways that we have felt trapped in dynamics, trapped in lives that it's like, how did my life get to be this? This is not what I intended. I mean, maybe it is in some ways. But in some ways, it's probably not what you dreamed of. So whatever feelings you might have about that underneath your eyes. And releasing all manner of fears and anxiety, of panic, right? That intense, sudden surge of panic that many of us have experienced, of dread, of apprehension, worry, right? Like what's going to happen, what could happen, what might happen. All that focus on the future and uncertainty and feeling that represents feeling unsafe, whether it's feeling unsafe inside ourselves, unsafe in our relationships, unsafe in the world. Above your lips, releasing our insecurities about ourselves, releasing that kind of sometimes obsessive self-consciousness, feeling of embarrassment, feeling of discomfort in the presence of others, that I don't measure up, so I can't feel comfortable. Good stuff to release. Below your lips, releasing shame, right? Shame, humiliation, anything about feeling like we don't deserve goodness. We don't deserve beauty. We don't deserve love. Like the deep, dark well of where that feeling, those sensations, I guess beliefs live about not being worthy. And sometimes, sometimes when we've done a tremendous amount of work, and of course I can testify because I've probably cleared hundreds and hundreds of negative beliefs. And I think I've said, I don't know that everybody here has heard me say this, but that I rarely have a judgmental thought about myself. And I rarely have judgmental thoughts about others. I do, but, and I probably still have some judgmental thoughts about me. But I have cleared, like I'm amazed. I actually am amazed by how much this work has changed my inner relationship, and healed my relationship within myself. And yet there still are times when if I, something hits me or I'm sick or, it's in the chart, the astrological chart, or, just something's coming up, it's time for me to do some deeper healing. I can get to those places where, all of a sudden I hear myself saying something that I never say. And generally I'm like, oh, wait, no, cancel clear. We're not doing that, right? Like, I forgive you. Like, I love you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Right? Ho'oponopono. Like, I almost go right to it all the time. But there's a place at which that kind of stuff lives. So even when we've done a lot of work, we can sometimes still feel these things. But we can clear them much faster, and they are much less, they don't grip us the way they did earlier in our lives. All right, so back at the heart center here, and at the heart center, releasing despair, despondency, discouragement, feeling disheartened, releasing, again, I'm going to bring up grief and loss and emptiness, right? This is where we feel emptiness. Well, this and in our gut, where we feel empty. So releasing those feelings, those sensations. On the sides, releasing guilt, blame, judgment, attack, right? That push for conflict inside ourselves and sometimes outside of ourselves too. As within, so without. Risks, releasing anger and resentment, more frustration, irritation, aggravation, intolerance, letting it go. And coming up to the high heart, choosing to free myself, choosing to forgive myself. I choose to deeply and completely forgive myself for everything I judge myself for. I choose to treat myself with the kind of love and honor I want to treat other people, even though I don't always do that, right? But I forgive, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive myself. I am doing the best I can, the best I know how to do to this moment. And it is hard, you know. Challenges in these lives that we lead. And yet we're beautiful, spiritual, we're light-filled beings that have our true basis in love, however we experience that. Love is the binding, it's the connecting, unifying force in the universe. Some say it's what holds our bodies together. It's the energy of love. And then take a couple of deep breaths. See what you notice now. And if you still are feeling any kind of charge or tension, choose to breathe it out, breathe the rest of it out, residue, knowing that you'll continue to be releasing it. You can ask higher dimensional beings, your high self, higher self, to continue this work, to help the parts of you. We didn't really talk about parts tonight so much, but to help the parts of you that still are in the process of healing this pain, to continue that process. And meanwhile, feel the ways that you have shifted inside yourself. Very, very likely into more light, more brightness, more empathy and softness within yourself, more relaxation in your body, quietness in your mind, and strength in your heart. And from this open, present state, allow yourself or invite in the experience of healing energy, the beautiful colors of the different healing energies. You can just focus on that right now. They've been here with us the whole time. And now, though, you can focus on feeling these colors, this light, this energy, right? Some people may feel it like a sparkly kind of energy or a sparkly light, or it might be the feeling of the color of pink, which is often associated with unconditional love. and yellow gold of healing, and the the violet flame of spiritual power, green of beautiful heart energy, the red and the browns of connected earth energy, the blues of intuition and insight, and the orange of vitality, aliveness. Those colors may mean other things to you, but those are some of the meanings. Just feeling this. Let yourself receive a washing of healing light and energy. And feel yourself filling up, not just your body, but the whole of your field, feeling the membrane around your field. And so feeling your whole field fill up with this radiant light, and energy, and love. Breathe it in. And then breathe it out into the world. It's a blessing. May your out breath now be a blessing to the world. Your in breath be gifts to you, and your out breaths be blessings to the world. Mark the loveliness of this feeling, these feelings in your awareness and the cells of your body, knowing that the DNA is remapping itself to healthier, more balanced energy expression through cell development. Know that you are more coherent from this moment forward. You are more whole from this moment forward, and trust that. Bring your awareness back into your physical body a little bit more. You might want to, wiggle your hands and your toes, and roll your shoulders, your neck a little bit. Drop your jaw, deep breath. So I wish you all beautiful weeks, or 2 weeks as the case may be. And thank you for being a blessing on this earth. Thank you for your presence here. Thank you for the healing that you are showing up to do. And God and Goddess bless all of you, all of us, and all of those who are here with us in spirit. So until next week, I say bye for now. Take care.